Great, Mark, sum up the first half of the season.
I think we got to the halfway stage and we're reasonably happy with where we sit. Obviously the back-to-back results over the Christmas period have encouraged us. I think there'll always be games you look back on thinking you possibly should have got more out of. So points-wise you always think, oh, maybe not quite got as many as performances deserve. I think that's fair to say from our point of view. But overall, we're in a good place. We've got more points than we had at this time last year. Looking forward to the second half of the season. Usually stronger in the second half, so no reason to think that won't happen again. So encouraged.
What does that suggest you can achieve then, league-wise?
Well, we're trying to. I've said many times we're trying to get to be a top 10 side consistently. We were able to manage it last year. We don't want that to be seen as just a one-off situation. We want that to be something that is expected, and something that we're always looking to achieve as a bare minimum. So it's not easy because almost every club around us has improved significantly in terms of amount spent on their squad in the summer. No doubt people will be in the market again in January to add players to the squads again. So it's always difficult because everybody seems to be invested at the top, middle and bottom. So for us to keep on progressing, then it's going to be a huge effort by everybody. But we're encouraged, as I said, by the first half of the season.
The fact that you beat Manchester City away, beaten Spurs away, beaten Arsenal at home, lost narrow games to United and Liverpool, does that suggest that you're more than competitive with these teams? You can go beyond the top 10?
Well, that's... We won't get ahead of ourselves. We're too not getting. But yeah, I mean, to go to the next level above that, then I think everybody agrees takes significant amounts of money, and I don't think that's really an option. So we're encouraged by what we're doing, and we'll give it our best shot. I think we've proved this year, and certainly last year, against the top teams, that we can go up against anybody and give them a game. We've been able to overcome almost every top team in the league since I've come here. We've been Man United, we've been Chelsea last year, we've run United close at Old Trafford, we've beat them here last year. Arsenal we've beaten here, so that tells you we're a good competitive side in the hardest league in the Premier, in world football rather. So we're a good team, and we're a competitive team, and a team that can cause problems to any team.
You said other teams will be looking to strengthen. Are you yourselves going to be able to do any kind of business?
We might look at the low market. We might look at things that give us an opportunity to have a lot of players with a view, but we're not close to anything really at the moment. But I wouldn't have thought be spending anything significant in the January window, because I think we're better served keeping what finances we have available, keep them ready to go into the market in the summer. I think that would be our best policy.
As you mentioned, loans, and you've been linked with Mohamed Salah at Chelsea. Obviously, that would mean, I suppose, making maybe an Saidi deal permanent, or cancelling a deal there with him or Moses, I suppose. Is it?
Well, I don't think we can take two from the same team anyway, so we've already got Victor, so we have no intention of changing that deal. So that's a no-go for now.
I take it though as well, there would be no outgoings given the likes of Begovic, Shawcross have been linked with certain teams.
Well, there's speculation about the best players at most clubs, and obviously the two you mentioned are in that bracket from our point of view, but we're not encouraging any bids on any of our players, and that won't change in January. It won't change in the summer. Obviously clubs might have something other clubs might have something to say about that. Be persistent, but we don't encourage it. It's for those two players up to this point. I don't anticipate that gets in the January window either.
Begovic's got a year and a half left on his contract, hasn't he? Is there any kind of movement as regards a new deal for him?
Yeah, I think there's discussions and conversations that's been had. I don't think it's progressed further than that. It's just conversation
kind of time scale on?
No, no. Obviously, the closer the contract comes to running down, the more power in the negotiation shifts further away from us as a club and closer to the player and his representatives. So I'm sure there will be an opportunity to get something resolved.
How do you assess Manchester United this season? Do you see them as title contenders now?
Well, I think so. Whether or not they've given themselves a little bit too much to do, I think they were only 10 points in arrears at the moment. And there's some very strong teams ahead of them. They're getting into a run of form now, which will encourage them, and that's what they need to do. They can't afford to have any more slip-ups or lose too many games. Hopefully we'll be able to overcome. If we do that, that will be 4 defeats, I think. I think historically you can't afford any more than 6 to 7. If you have that many defeats in the season, it's almost impossible to win the Premier League. So they'll be aware of that. Obviously, given their history and their chances in the Premier League, they know all about the stats and the likelihood of winning titles if you've lost a certain amount of games. So it will become more difficult. But they have the capacity and they have the players to go on extended runs as they're doing at the moment. I think the second half of the season there'll be a lot of key moments in the season that they'll have to overcome, and those key moments will have to go for them, and other teams will have to slip up for them to win the title this year.
What then do you make of the job Van Gaal's doing?
Well, it's still early days. He seems to talk a lot about his philosophy, and any philosophy that he has as a manager takes time to instill. So he's trying to work hard. He's certainly changed personnel. He's given guys that maybe were out in the cold another opportunity. He's changing shape and formations, and that takes time. It takes time for them to take on board information, and whether or not he's actually clear in his mind exactly which way he wants to go long term, only time will tell. But certainly he seems to be the right figurehead for the club. He's the guy that you sense they need, given that it seemed to be, or certainly last year was a time of transition for them, and they still going through that process to a certain extent. So they need a strong person at the head of the club, and he certainly gives that impression to everyone.
2 final things. First of all, given the proximity of the games, how are you squad-wise? And you getting anyone back this weekend?
No, I think in terms of injuries, we've got one big doubt, and it's disappointing to us really, because Bolan is probably unavailable for us. He's going for a scan this afternoon, just to clarify exactly what is going on, but he's got an issue with his hamstring, as he didn't complete the game against West Brom, so he's major doubt for the game, which from my point of view is a real disappointment, because he's been doing so well for us. But we've got good players that are waiting to come in and have an impact, and we'll cope without him if that's what the situation is.
And elsewhere there seems to be a number of managerial changes. Would you make of the sudden changes across the Premier League?
Well, it seems to be that once one decision is made, it sets off a chain of events, and a number of managers seem to go under pressure. And unfortunately, at this time of the year, and I know to my own cost in the past, that this is the time when clubs will make a decision to change managers, and as always, you look at some of the situations and you feel have the manager, coaches really had enough time to give themselves an opportunity to turn things around, and that's the one commodity as a Premier League manager that you're not given. You're given as much support as you can, and people will try and support you in the best way they can as a club, but more often than not, it's time that they can't give it.
Okay, I know you were very impressed at the weekend by Hughes' performance. How much of a blow to it be when he goes to the African Cup of Nations?
Yeah, it's a disappointment, but we're fully aware he's international. We knew that when we brought him to the club, so we can't be disappointed or upset about the situation, because we're fully aware of it anyway. So from our point of view, it's disappointing, because we feel that given his performance in the last few games, we feel that the man is coming to a little bit of form now, and goals help strikers always. So having scored 2, you would like to think this is the time that you go on a run of scoring on a regular basis, but that's opportunity for us is going to be taken away from us because he's going to be away. But we'll see how we go. We're going to make representations, hopefully, to try and get a little bit more time with him before he actually does leave for the competition, and hopefully that will be something that will be a positive for us. But obviously the FIFA regulations state that they need to go or allowed to call players up to 2 weeks before the actual tournament starts. So that's what we're asked to try and possibly have a conversation about. But at the moment we're likely to lose him on around about the 5th of January. So that's the disappointment for us.
They've got a very hard group at home, Senegal, so he might be back quicker than you imagine.
Yeah, possibly. Don't be disrespectful from our purely selfish point of view. We want him to go out and be back with us as quickly as possible. But in fairness, they are in a difficult group, but they are one of the stronger teams in the competition, so we fully expect them to be in the latter stages. It might not happen. If it doesn't, then he's back at it, then we're upset for Senegal. We're delighted for ourselves, but we'll have to wait and see.
I know it helps when you're winning over Christmas, but it does take a lot out of the players. I mean, are you one of those that favour a sort of winter break, or do you think it should be done as it was done in your days of playing?
Difficult to say. I think you're always looking for the way it is at the moment as a club and as a squad. You're always looking for opportunities. Certainly initially in the new year, there's free weekends, or just whether or not you're playing on a Saturday and then don't have a game till Monday. There's opportunities where you can take the players away and have breaks, and I think everybody agrees it's beneficial without a shadow of a doubt. Even 3-4 days has a marked impact. Almost every club I've been at have tried to take the players away during that period, and almost every time I've done it, there's been a positive reaction when you bring them back. So even a matter of days can make a difference. Whether or not it needs to be in the calendar, I'm not sure. It's very difficult because the calendar is so tight and there's so many competitions and international get-togethers kick in the early new year as well. So the opportunity to do it, even if there was an enthusiasm for it, might not work. But I would think if you did a straw poll of most managers and possible players, if you said, well, you'd have to work an extra week towards the end of the season, give up a bit extra, we give you summer holiday, I think most people would go for it.
Good, thank you.
Mark, it's been a good Christmas and better than last year. I mean, this year you're several points more than you had this time last season, and you must be looking at the table and thinking Swansea, Newcastle, West Ham, we can catch these teams. Is the only way out?
Well, that's where we're looking. Obviously, we're just out of the top 10, but certainly well within shouting bit distance of the teams that you've mentioned. We've just come through a really strong and difficult period for us in terms of the opposition that we're up against. Arguably, we're still right in the middle of it because we still got obviously United to come and Arsenal following quickly on their heels, and that's having faced them both in recent weeks and gone to Old Trafford and gone to Anfield and faced Chelsea as well in this period. So we're really pleased with where we sit, given the fact that the computer fixtures, what the computer threw up at us during this period was a little bit uncanny, but we were able to come through the most part of it, and we're still in good shape, so we're really encouraged by that.
This could be Stoke's best result of Christmas New Year for 30 years if you beat Manchester United. Don't want to put any pressure on you or anything like this, but it'll be just as hard, if not harder, to beat Manchester United this year than
yeah,
did last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this year, in the calendar year 2014 has been great. I think we've picked up more points in the calendar year than we were still previously in the Premier League, so that's something we're encouraged by. But United are a good team and playing well at the moment. Maybe this time last year, or when we played them last year, they weren't in a situation where maybe their confidence was as high as it possibly is at the moment. But it's up to us to ask questions of them, and we always do that against the top teams. Our record against the top teams since I've come here is good. So they know that they're in for a difficult game, and they'll have to play well to result. Chelsea came here, showed its respect of playing a more defensive game, got people behind the ball, and the benefit of an early goal, which hopefully we can avoid against United. And in the end, we matched them for the most part, and I know that they were really delighted to go away from here with a positive result, Chelsea. So it is a difficult place to go to get a positive result if you're a top team. So we need that to get in.
It is a difficult place. Do you think you've turned the corner with the win of West Brom at Britannia Stadium can now be a fortress again for 2015?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm not sure how many games we've actually played. We've played more away games than home games, so I think we lost 3, won 4. We probably started better than we drawn 1. So we have played more games away from here, so our points for since we've been on the road and in comparison to our home form. I'm not sure if they're on the level par now already, but I think when you look back on the season initially, yeah, our home form was a little bit inconsistent, but I think we've got back on track very much so now. And along with that, our away form is a lot better than it was this time last year, and it's continued from the back end of last season, so we're really delighted with that, because that was something that held us back last year. So as long as our home form continues, which we see no reason why not to, then we feel we're going to have a good season.
And Mark, how pleased are you to have Glenn Whelan back in full fit?
Glenn's doing really well. We obviously disappointed when he went out of the team. He bowled his own, obviously broke his leg, and a crack in the bone that had to heal, and he had to bide his time because players came in his absence and did well for him. So I try and be fair. If players play well, then they deserve to keep their position. So it wasn't a reflection on Glenn or what he was doing in training or whatever. He just couldn't get back in because players had done well while he was absent. But he's come in and played really well. We've got 2 clean sheets since he's come back, and I'm sure he'll claim some benefit for that, and I can agree with him. So he's doing really well, but I think it shows the strength of the group that there are a lot of players that are really aching to get back into the team, and as a consequence they're working really hard in training to make sure that if they do get an opportunity, when it does arrive, then they're in the best physical condition to be able to make the most of it, and that's what Glenn's done.
And his contract expires at the end of the summer. Have you opened talks with him over a new deal?
I think there was talks earlier on, constantly talking to agents and representatives of players who were well aware of contract situation of all our players, and those conversations are ongoing.
Would you be keen to extend his deal with Hampton?
Yeah, Glenn's done really well for me, and he's already been offered an improved deal. That wasn't concluded, so I think there's still more negotiations to be done. Okay, thanks, Mark.
Thank you very much.